Hello there, and the story ninjas in the house. With a story, of course. Well, listening ninjas, what do we have here? The three little super pigs. Can that be real? I've only ever known about the three little pigs. So let's find out what's so different about our story today. This one's called The Three Little Super Pigs, The Origin by Claire Evans. Now I'm really curious to find out what makes them super pigs. Well, once upon a time there were three little pigs. That's how the story usually starts. And they dreamed of becoming superheroes. So let's see. And in fact, they were so obsessed with superheroes, that is, that their family house became cluttered with all of their superhero collection. Not sure you want to see what's in their collection? Well, let's see. There are posters and dress-up costumes and comic books and, well, some of you may have collections like these as well. I know of somebody. So one day, Mother Pig told them it was time to find their own homes, and she waved them goodbye. The three brothers walked for hours and hours. It was really exhausting, I promise you. They crossed dangerous ravines and climbed steep cliffs. Poor little pigs. Really, this was a trek and a half. Well, until finally they reached their destination, which was, ta-da, fairyland. Could not be anywhere else. Well, after that exhausting trip, the pigs decided to set up camp for the night and build their new homes in the morning. Always good to tackle new challenges when you are freshly rested. Well, whilst toasting marshmallows, the pigs met a new friend. Well, let's see if you know who this new friend is. Let's have a look. Do you recognize her? From another fairy tale, perhaps? You do? Little Red Riding Hood it is. Quite right. She warned them about the big, bad wolf who'd been terrorizing fairyland. Well, we do know about that big, bad wolf, eh? And Little Red Riding Hood knows firsthand. Well, this is what the wolf had gotten up to. Let's have a look. The wolf had kidnapped Mary's little lamb. And what next? The sheep's clothing was stolen. He'd even been disguising himself as different grandmas and stole their clothing. Well, the pigs were warned to be on guard. Well, the next morning, two of the pigs were so desperate to play with their new friend, so they built their houses as quickly as possible. So for those of you who know the story would guess, yes, they went for the quick and easy. The first little pig chose straw to build his house, and he gathered all he could find. And the next one, the second little pig gathered sticks, yes. And, well, that's what he chose to build his house out of. Collected them and built his little house. Well, in no time, their houses were already built, and, well, the new homes were ready for them to move in. But the third little pig, what has the third little pig been collecting? Let's find out. Well, while his two brothers were having fun, the third little pig was patiently building his house out of bricks. That's it. See, absolute fun, picnicking and playing. While poor third pig was busy building a strong and sturdy house. And he worked very, very hard. He even had a little manual called How to Build a House of Bricks. And I do know that if little pig, the third little pig, had to be living somewhere here where there were cell phones, he may have even Googled those instructions. Well, anyways, what do I see laying on the path? Let's see if you can read this. Anybody see this? Anybody see that? Oh yes, danger! Wolf roams here. Now that's warning enough. Well, finally all three of the houses were ready, and the pigs were very happy in their new homes. Well, until suddenly the first little pig was startled by a terrible growl outside. Oh, it was the big bad wolf. And we all know this, so let's help me. Little pig, let me in. See how startled the little pig was? The little pig with the straw house. What do you think he said? And not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. Exactly. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and yes, I'll blow your house down, cried the wolf. With a great big huff and a puff, there was a whoosh. My poor little pig, with the house of straw, was blown in. Goodness gracious me. What next? This horrible old wolf. First little pig ran for cover to his next brother's house, with the house of sticks. He was just about inside, all safe and sound, when little pigs, let me come in, bellowed the wolf. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin, said the little pigs. And yes, so let's say it all together. And the wolf said, then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow the house in. Did he blow it in? Let's find out. And there was a great big whoosh. And yes, as expected, he blew the stick house in. So dodging the flying sticks and the falling debris, the two little pigs ran as quickly as they could to their brother's house of bricks, narrowly escaping that wolf. And he was getting very, very angry and very, very hungry. Or in my house, we call it hangry. So poor pigs trying to keep this hangry wolf at bay. And what's next, you ask? Let's find out. Little pigs, let me in. Not by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. And then you know what comes next. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in. Did it work? No. So let's go again. So he huffed, and he puffed, and he tried really hard to blow that house in. And now the wolf was furious. No sooner the pigs heard a loud noise, which startled them, no doubt. The cunning big bad wolf had made another plan to climb up the roof. And sneak down the chimney. Two of the pigs started to panic. Oh, but the third little pig had a plan. Oh yes, always with a plan. He set out a huge pot of boiling water on the fire beneath the chimney. So as the wolf came hurtling down the chimney, he fell bottom first into the pot of bubbling hot water. Oh my goodness, the piercing shriek! He jumped up and bolted out of that pot and straight into the little pig's net. The big bad wolf was finally defeated. The pigs waved goodbye. Ta-da, big bad wolf, as he was carted off by the local police. And now we want to know what's happened to those three little pigs. Well, with Fairyland all safe at last, the pigs' dreams of becoming real superheroes had finally come true, as the whole town cheered their special new names. Do you want to shout along with me? Because I think you know what they are called. Hooray, hooray for the three little super pigs. Wow. Well, I do love a fairy tale with a twist in its tail. So I'm sure you all know that regardless of how big or how small we are, that if we try hard enough, we could all be some sort of a superhero to somebody one day. So until next time, goodbye.